coming at this lane one race, or this lane one leader who's been in the lead the entire race. She's trying to see if she can make her mark. And we do have another race coming down, just so you guys know. This, I think it's the men's U19 single final where we had that flip earlier. We finally got that race underway. We're going to try to give you two races at once. Your current leader is in the men's U19 race is in lane 3. So that would be Tristan Wakefield from US Rowing. Coming back to the women's U19 final, so we have a lot of U19 single scullers coming down the course at once. This angle is a little bit tough to call, but we did have an early charge from lane 4, Hannah Peters from that Cambridge Boat Club, against Catherine Williams from Row America Rye, with pretty much overlap on the entire rest of the field. So this last 500, it's really anyone's for the taking. If you can find that little extra bit of efficiency, a little bit more willpower, and a little bit more legs, you can pretty much accomplish anything.
Right, and in the boat class, like the single, much like the pair, it's coming down so much to those individual athletes. The boat's moving slower here, much slower here than an 8 or a 4 would be, so you're able to make those like big momentum changes very quickly. Unfortunately, it all comes down to you in the single. Are you able to find that internal motivation without another teammate in the boat? So very impressive performance from everyone here in this single field all the way across the board.
Wow, look at Hannah Peters and Catherine Williams charging here, gaining a lot of separation on the rest of this field. Really impressive momentum here gained by these athletes. And watch out for Y Quad Cities. Emma with the move in this last 500 to sneak attack and take second place. Oh
Wow.
My gosh, tight finish in those top 4 positions. Hannah Peters, followed by Emma Witsuba from Y Quad Cities, then Catherine Williams, and then closely behind Catherine Berry in lane 3. Really exciting race there from all women. And shortly following, we're going to have the finishing 500 of the men's single at that U19 level. So all athletes 18 or younger. This dominance here from the US Rowing, Tristan Wakefield from that US Rowing crew in lane 3.
Yeah, able to build up a good lead coming into this last 250. We see the buoys change to red here. He's there attacking his final sprint, knowing that he just has to maintain this lead to take the win.
Good, you can kind of see it in these rowers' posture in the last 250, just using all of these athletes to try to get a sense of how much effort they're exerting.
Right.
As we said, it's nearly a full body exercise, so every single one of your muscles and every major muscle group is screaming for you to stop sprinting for so long. Similar to the 800 in track and field, where you're just at a sprint, but for a time frame that is much too long to be sprinting. It's demanding way more from your body than most would ever dream of demanding.
Right.
So
anytime that someone is in a lead and making it look easy, rest assured it is anything but. You can see sort of the tremendous effort here in the final body swing here from Tristan Wakefield. A really effective sort of prying motion here, able to use the body swing really well. And in a slower moving boat class like the single, that can be a really effective technique. You can, in the single, row with maybe a really individualized style, whereas in a team boat, you need to match more the style of the crew and the style of your coach.
Really exciting to see kind of top-end level speeds in each of these final events. Typically, the men's races are, and this goes for on the ergs as well, it's usually about 45 to a minute, 45 seconds to a minute difference between men and women's. Physiologically, that's typically the breakdown between the top level performers at the men and women's levels. So we can see these men's boats are finishing about that time difference from those leading women. So it's really exciting to see both sides of the genders really just throwing it down and showing that there's a lot of fast youth rowing in the United States.
Right, and an incredible amount of maturity from all of these guys. They were supposed to race quite a few minutes ago.
Nearly 40. Nope. Yeah, a full hour before. So, oftentimes you'll see that you don't really pack a lot of snacks or
No.
water
No.
for race day, because you're only going to be out there, especially in this heat and when people have done multiple races. You're only going to be out there for about an hour. And so to have a